What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Mike, a full-time media seller on Amazon. Today's video kind of defeats my whole business, my whole logic, and we're going to talk about why you shouldn't resell. We got to break it down. That's the first thing we got to do, is break it on down. So what do we mean by breaking it down? I looked at the average annual median U.S. income, right? United States, how much the average person makes. $59,428 per year. Let me make it a little bit more broken down for you. Weekly, $1,142.84. If we break that down to hourly, a 40-hour work week, you're looking at $28.34. In my personal experience and opinion, most people aren't making $28 an hour. Most people make between $18 and $24 an hour. So this number, at least where I'm at, is a little inflated to me, but that is the reality of your average US income. So you, as a reseller, maybe you want to resell full time, you're thinking about doing this business, you have to equate that, right? Are we going to start reselling to lose income? I think the answer is no, right? We're not going to quit a job where we're making $100,000 a year to make $50,000 a year. So you have this median mindset bar in front of you of roughly $60,000, $1,142 a week. Now, I hear this a lot when it comes to like profit, like you got to make profit. It's not about sales. We think about this all the time. Amazon sellers, they like showing off their bars on their phones. eBay sellers, your past 90 days. That is just your total sales, and sales do not matter in this business. What is going into your bank account at the end of the week, every 2 weeks, every day, however often you get paid, that is what matters. If you're not profitable, we don't care about your sales. And unfortunately, in the reselling world, people post their numbers and it's only the sales. They don't give you the full breakdown of what goes into having this business, the overhead of a storage unit and things like that. I'm curious, how many resellers do you think are out there that are making $60K a year? In my experience, in my own opinion, it's probably maybe 15%, 20%. That might even be high. I think some people will probably say 10 to 5%. So we all get in this mindset of, hey, I'm going to be a reseller. I'm going to make thousands of dollars. But in actuality, we are not making that money. And if we look at it from the hourly perspective, people give me crap about it all the time. Profit per hour means nothing. I'm here to tell you, it means everything. How much are you making per hour? If you look at my specific business, I've broken this down in previous videos. My profit per hour, money I'm making, is right between $40 and $55 per hour. Well above where we're at. Now, am I a unicorn? No, there's plenty of successful people out there at the end of the day. But it takes time. It takes lots of basically months, if not years, of growing this business on the side for you to actually understand what is going on, right? What are you actually making? I am an actual business. I need to understand my P&L, my profit and loss statement, all my expenses, putting the money aside for taxes.
You slime. IRS never gives anyone a break.
Let's jump into the next thing. Unexpected expenses, right? So I actually went and looked. Healthcare. You work at a job, you pay your premium, comes right out of your paycheck. On average, it's $117 if you work for somebody, right? I worked for CVS, pay $117 every paycheck for my healthcare premium. Covers me if I go to the doctors. Self-employed, good luck, Chuck. It is not cheap. On average, $477 a month if you are not, covered through an employer. An expense nobody thinks about. Health is all we have. If I break a leg, break an arm, how are we going to pay for this? Medical debt piles up very fast. It's one of the biggest ripoffs in this country is how expensive it is to go to a hospital and get a 10-cent ibuprofen pill, and they're gonna charge you $1,000 on the back end. It is crazy. There are expenses that nobody talks about. Overhead costs, storage unit is gonna cost you 130 bucks. You're selling Amazon, you need 20 different softwares, $50 a piece. All of a sudden your software overhead's another $200 a month. You're already up to $300. So you're already behind the 8 ball. Your $11.42 you need to make weekly to be in line with everybody else that works a normal 9-to-5 job. All of a sudden it's got to be $1,500. It's got to be $1,700. We as resellers and even part-timers don't care about making money. We just want to think we're cool and have the storage unit and have the products and list things on eBay and list things on Amazon, but never increase our bank account. That is why the majority of resellers shouldn't resell, because we're not making money. I wouldn't do this if it was just like for me to have this YouTube channel and just be like, oh, check me out, I'm super cool, right? I got a YouTube channel, I do YouTube. There has to be some money behind the task we're doing in the business we are in. And so many of you, of resellers, I see it every single day and it drives me nuts. You all want to sell, the bobblehead for $3 plus shipping. You want to sell the DVD for $2 plus shipping. The book for $2 plus shipping. You are not making money. Resellers are broke jokers, and it drives me nuts. Someone help me. I'm having a breakdown of how broke resellers are. For those that don't know, I have a community. Discord, weekly Zoom calls, $2.99 a month. I don't get rich off it. I just want to help people make money. People think that it's some kind of like club, right? Where we care about books, right? Like, I really care about books and I don't want them to wind up in... I want you to make money. I could care less about the books. At the end of the day, if your bank account isn't going up, why are we doing this? There's no point doing it. I would not be a reseller if I wasn't making money. And if it was any harder than it already was, I would move on to something else. Without a doubt in my mind, there's a million different ways you can make money in this universe. For some reason, resellers hang on. They're hanging on. Please, I want to be a reseller.
There we go. I got you. I got you, brother. Oh, no, you don't.
Let the business go at some point. So many of us waste time, make little to no money, just because it's cool. For some reason, we think it's cool to say we go to thrift stores and we resell things. My purpose, your purpose as a reseller, is to make the green stuff. Why are we spending money if we're not making money? Why are we making money and working 80 hours a week? So you think I did $1,000? Hey, I hit the $1,142 in sales this week. Well, that's off a 40-hour work week. How many resellers spend 70 hours a week in their business? I say it all the time. The eBay grind is real. Shout out to you full-time eBay sellers. You got to get money back for your time. Are you a charity or are you a business? This is why a lot of us shouldn't resell. I'm straight up telling you guys right now, if I wasn't making the money I'm making reselling, I wouldn't do this. This isn't cool to me. This isn't like some fad. I treat it like a business. Expenses, bookkeeping, P&L, everything. You treat it as a business and you will get results. I mean, I don't know how else to put it, and it frustrates me because I've heard other people say, like, are resellers just in the way of each other? And I think the answer is yes, because unfortunately there's no barrier to entry. We can go grab anybody off the street and they can start listing today and reselling today. So the no barrier to entry is great when you start out and you want to learn, but the problem is resellers don't go away. They're like that wart you have on your thumb that I don't have, although I did burn myself. It's like the wart you can't get rid of. That's how these resellers are. And instead of just moving on to the next thing or staying at the job they're at where they get the benefits, they get the retirement, right? We haven't even talked about that. CVS matches the 401k, right? I put in 5, they put in 5. Retirement counts climbing. You leave that behind. Are you going to take the initiative to get a SEP IRA? Put money into that so when you do retire, you actually can retire. I mean, these are things resellers don't think about. And that's why this video is important, because you can do anything in life. And a lot of you choose just to drag on this dead reselling business. It ain't easy like it used to be, right? It's never been really easy, but many would argue that it was easier 5-10 years ago than it is today. And I see this. I'm out in thrift stores all the time. I see it's getting harder. I see finding the good stuff. It's not as common as it used to be. And I just broke everything down for you. How much you should be making if you want to stay on course with your average, you know, basically US citizen that's making X amount of dollars, right? Are you doing 60K a year? The answer to most of you is going to be, no, I'm not even close to that. Well, you might be better off just, you know, getting a normal job. Jobs are paying crazy right now. Anywhere you look is going to pay you 18 bucks, 20 bucks an hour. We live in crazy times, and I just want people to understand that it's okay to move on from reselling. If you're not getting the results, give everything a fair shot. But if you're not getting the results, it's time to move on. And another thing we run into with reselling is you got all these huge YouTube channels that make it seem so glorious, and reselling is great, and they don't spend in 100% with you. I hate to break it to you, right? And get money from YouTube. I'll tell you right now, YouTube, I make like 200 bucks a month. Wow, right? Like, it's not much money. Well, if you got 50, 70, 80, 100K subscribers, all of a sudden you're making thousands of dollars a month. Sure, reselling can be done while you have that big of a channel, but a lot of them spin it in a way where it's just like, well, oh yeah, I go to my thrift store just for the content, and then I make all my money off the YouTube. You can't get caught up in this type of nonsense at the end of the day. So, Jerry Springer, final thought. Reselling is still feasible. I am living proof of this. 20 hours a week, 10K in sales every single month. If we broke that down to profit going into the bank account, $5,000 in profit every single month. My bank account continues to go up, right? Savings is going up. Retirement's going up. I don't have that much overhead when it comes to finances. Everybody knows I operate debt-free. So it is possible, but a lot of us don't want to take the steps to even see it come to fruition. And we're just like, hey, I'm just going to keep half-assing things and hope something changes. And I'm here to tell you, nothing will ever change. Reselling's all relying on you, not me, not the next YouTube video you watch, not the next person you talk to. If you don't put in the work, and a lot of people aren't self-motivated, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's A-okay having a job. I got plenty of people in the group that do this on the side just to hustle and make more money. But I guarantee you, those people that have jobs, if they weren't getting results reselling, they're going to drop it like a bad habit. And unfortunately, a lot of you resell only and get no results, and you still continue to just drag yourself through the mud and complain and think that reselling's a scam. It's not a scam, but you have to understand there's levels to this game. There's an understanding beside just going to the thrift store and grabbing an item and listing it. This business is possible in this year, 2024. I think it's feasible for the next 10 years. Who knows where we'll be then? Maybe a comet will come. Maybe the dinosaurs will be back. But today it's possible, but a lot of you choose not to make it possible. And you're just hurting yourself at the end of the day. So that's going to do it for the video. I appreciate you watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more usable videos. Bye-bye.